Hi guys and gals, Froggy here. This is my pool equipment, the control system on the pool equipment. And I've been having an issue lately with the spa draining back. Let me show you. Overnight the spa drains down. Of course, because water seeks its level and this is higher than the pool. So the spa is draining down through the pool equipment into the pool. So I went online to a guy who's a pretty good guy. I'll give him credit later on. I can't think of the name right now. He has a forum about do-it-yourself pool equipment and pools. And he said the check valve was probably leaking. And this stuff is all like about 20 years old. So I've got two check valves, one there, which is right off the pump, see the pump down below, and one more right there that's lower and goes into the ground. He thinks it's this one here, which it may be. However, that one's hard to get to because you see that gas pipe right there? It's in the way. Had I noticed that when the guys were building all this, I would have made them move something, but anyway, I'm stuck with it right now. So what I'm going to do, I've got one new backflow valve, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace this one first, which he thinks is working. Anyway, I'll inspect it and then let it sit overnight and see if that changes anything. If it doesn't, then I'll either take that one and put it down there, or I'll take this one out of there and put it down there and put that one back. So I think one of the two is leaking, and I'm going after that one just because it's easier. I can do this in like less than 5 minutes, and that one's probably going to take me 20 or 30 minutes. And I'm not 100% sure which one it is. So do the easy one first, right? So I've got my impact tool here, and I've got the new one, and make sure you get the right size. They're Phillips screws, but make sure you use the right size so that you don't strip out the screws. Okay, here we go. So use the number 3. The number 3 is a better fit. Number 3 Phillips, and I'll show you how nice this new Ryobi tool is working. I think, let me switch this to my left hand. I think I did a video on this. It's an impact driver. Look at how nice that comes out. I hope I got that on there. Alright, there might be a little leakage here. The only thing I wish is that the magnets were a little stronger. See how that tip came out? I wish the magnets were a little bit stronger, but other than that, it's a pretty nice tool. Well, let's make sure there's no pressure or anything on this system. Actually, that's suction, because this is full of water. I'm going to open this here too, which is also suction. Oh, there we go. So it looks like it might be draining the water down a little bit here. I just don't want to have too big of a puddle here or loss of water. So I'm going to let that run a little bit. Actually, I'm doing something else, loading up another video for you guys and gals. So I'm just going to let this go for a few minutes and go check my other video. Okay, I'm back. I had a little quick lunch too. This seems to have stabilized. There's no more bubbling or anything there. So, whoa, there we go. Just a little bit of a leak. Obviously, I didn't stage this. Oh, that's not bad, though. That's not bad. So, there we go. Let that leak a little bit. Looks like the O-ring is stuck down on there. That's okay. And this gasket right here, soft, seems pretty good. The spring is good. So I think this one is working okay. So now what do I do? Put this back in there? I'm going to stick with my original plan. I'm going to put the new one in there and see what happens overnight. And then I'll either put this one down low, or I'll put this one back here and put the new one down low. Anyway, so this is going to be a 2-day video. Okay? I did find something here which may or may not be significant, but you see that little bitty rock stuck there? So that would certainly cause a leak on that gasket. I tell you, for a 20-year-old gasket, that thing looks pretty good. But I'll pluck that rock out of there. Still going to put the new one in there. And but I just wanted to show you the kinds of things that can happen to these backflow valves. And you know, my strainer is good, my filter is good, but still, in all, you know, a little rock can get through. Now, the only trouble with my plan might be this. I just took this O-ring off of there, and as you can see, it's got some blackness, deterioration. I don't know if this O-ring is going to hold up when I move it to another spot. I may have just killed it by peeling it off of there, but I'll probably try it. You see, O-rings get compressed, and then they don't ever really bounce back to their original fullness of the O-ring dimension. So I'll have to be very careful with this because it has served me well for 20 years. But just wanted to show you that. Even though this O-ring came with some lubrication on it, I put some more silicone on it. Won't hurt anything. And now I also took my thumbnail and I just cleaned this little, there's a little groove there. I doubt you can see it, but right there is where the O-ring is going to go. And when I put this back on here, or when you do yours, you want to be sure that the O-ring doesn't get pinched. It needs to perfectly sit in there. Water's okay. The water's not going to hurt anything. And so it doesn't have to be dry, in other words. So let's put that back on. I went and got one of my other tools, and I want to tell you why. This is kind of interesting. This is a speed screwdriver. You can just spin this top really fast. And I probably haven't used this in more than 20 years, but I was just cleaning out my toolbox, organizing it, and I came across this, and I thought, wow, that's still a good tool. I've got one that's number 3 Phillips and a number 2 Phillips. Now, and the reason I use this instead of the impact is I wanted to make sure I didn't cross thread any of these screws going back in. And with the power tool, you can't really feel whether you're cross threading anything or not because it's so powerful, it'll just keep going. This, I get to use my hand to tell, and there was this one right here I think was going to cross thread, so I just backed it off. I put a little silicone lube on the end of it, and I carefully put it back in and tighten it down, and it feels fine. So just a cool little thing I wanted to show you. Okay, I gotta show you one more thing, and you gotta be really, really, really gentle with these screws. I did split this female part that it screws into. When I tightened it up, I heard a little crack, and sure enough, I split it. Let me see if I can show it to you. But, however, I think I might get away with it because I just left it alone. Come on here. Yeah, I'm just trying to focus it. Too close, probably. There. Ah, there it is. See it? right there. Right there. See, I cracked it. So, if this now leaks a lot, I'm going to have to replace this whole thing. But I might get away with it. None of the other ones cracked. So be very, very gentle, and don't even use an impact tool at all to put the screws back in. You can use the tool to get them out, but please don't use the tool to put them back in at all. Do it by hand. Okay? So I'm going to start this up and let it run all day, and then stick my head out the back door tomorrow and see whether the spa drained or not. And if the spa did drain, I'm going to do the other one. Anyway, I think I'll wrap this up because I've already told you what else I'm going to do, and there's not that much more point in filming it. So give me a thumbs up or a like if this helps you out. Subscribe to my channel if you want more. And you guys have a great day and evening, and a great 4th of July coming up. See ya. Bye-bye.